Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spurs Live. Welcome back to everyone. Hope everyone is doing absolutely phenomenal on this lovely, lovely day. I got to say, I don't know what happened there on the intro. It took a bit of time to start to get it started, but nevertheless, we are back for an interesting one. It is a transfer video regards to 3, 4, 5 different players. Um, Quick thing I just need to do. All right, now we are ready to go. Before we start, make sure to smash the subscribe button, drop a like on this video or on this stream, however you're watching it. And comment down below. Get chatting, lads. I want to get to know you all. Obviously, we got some new faces in here that we got to see. You got to say hi to. Obviously, it is New Year's. A happy New Year's to everyone. It's 2nd of January, 12:05 UK. Big up to QKWW124. Obviously, I've seen you before in the chat, so big up to yourself. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully, you're doing well. I want to start off this with a question. Let's give a question. Your favorite cereal? Go for it. What is your favorite cereal, guys? Let's get it. Let's just get it started. What's your favorite cereal? Let's see. Hugo Josephson, big up to yourself. Thank you so much for joining us in today's live stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a lovely New Year's if you did partying last night or a couple nights ago, or if you, who knows. But hopefully you're doing well on this fan day. And because we got a lot of news to get through today. The news is pumping out like crazy right now. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. Make sure to subscribe to us. Obviously, we are trying so hard to this channel. So if you guys any like on this video, any subscribing new subscribers, that would help so much, and we will gratefully appreciate it. As usual. I don't know why the stream is just stopped there for a second. I do apologize, but we should be back. Why is it stopping each second? What's happened here, lads? What's happening here? Okay, there we go. We're back to normal. We're back to normal, lads. We're back to normal. All right. I'm going to quickly, obviously, start off with the latest news regarding a certain centre back called Radu Dragusin. We're going to start off with Radu Dragusin straight in there. Okay, so beforehand, Pape Matar Sarr. Pape Matar Sarr has agreed on a new contract right now. He's just agreed on a new contract. Here we go. Where is it? So I got a bit of blood coming from my lip. I don't know what's happening. Pape Matar Sarr has agreed a new contract with Spurs until 2030, and the deal is set to be announced in the next 24 hours. Brilliant stuff, Pape. Brilliant stuff. I don't know why I'm bleeding. Every single live stream. Pape Matar Sarr has just agreed a deal. So, going into this new year, we have Pape Matar Sarr on a new contract. We also have Destiny Udogie on a new contract. Next up, who do you want to sign a new contract at Tottenham Hotspur? I'm interested to know who have you guys got for the next contract. All right, get your comments in. Get the comments in. Get commenting. But all right, we are gonna move now to talk about Radu Dragusin. Centre back from Genoa, who we've been so heavily linked with throughout even before this January transfer window. Tottenham are actively working to finalise the acquisition of Radu Dragusin, the Genoa centre back, by the week's end. By basically the weekend. Negotiations progressed last Friday for the 21 years old, with the clubs currently in talks with regards for a transfer fee. Genoa is seeking approximately £25 million for the talented Romanian international. That's how it looks in terms of Genoa's side. In terms of Tottenham Hotspur's side, they want the centre back in as quick as possible. They don't want to wait any longer. Tottenham Hotspur don't have any time to wait. They need to get this deal done and dusted right now. This second, they need to get him done. Do you, in Molf, I don't think it'll work out. Why don't you think it will work out? I'm interested to know. Why don't you think Dragusin will work out? Do you think maybe he'll want a high salary? Do you think he just doesn't fit the Tottenham Hotspur team? I wonder why you don't think it will work out. Personally, I think it'll work out pretty well. The only worry for me is the fact that he might want to get more game time. You get me? He might want to get more game time than he really is than he really is going to get. That is regards to what's just happened literally just now. That's the news that just came out now. I'm going to continue with the news. So Dragusin, Genoa want around £25 million. Do you think that's worth it? £25 million for Dragusin? I personally think it is basically worth it. I think it's worth it 100%. Simple reason is because right now, with the lack of centre backs on the market, with the lack of centre backs on the market right now, in terms of players that would want to come to Tottenham. I'm not talking about the tap sobers who wouldn't really want to come to Tottenham Hotspur. But you get Dragusin, and you got what's his name? What's his name? We're linked with him. We got Todibo. Now Todibo, with regards to Todibo, there's a slight something's happening here with Todibo. Nice basically, they don't want to sell Todibo in the January transfer market. They only want to sell him if a correct bid comes in for him. And the bid that they're looking for is around 60 million euros. And I doubt we're going to be paying anywhere near 60 million euros for Todibo. So, but guys, who would be your number one centre back? Do you think? Who would be your number one centre back in terms of to buy? Would it be Dragusin or would it be Todibo? I'm interested to hear your thoughts, because some people would say it is Todibo. Others would say, no, hang on a second. I'm looking more like, no, Dragusin's actually more my type. I actually quite like Dragusin. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Who would you take right now? Live now. Yeah. So I'm just making sure everyone knows that we're live right now. But guys, get your comments in, get your questions in. I'm going to be answering every single question that you guys got to ask. So get them in thick and fast. Get them in, get them in. I'm ready to answer. I'm ready to answer. Any questions you have my way, or any thoughts you just want to say, it's transfer news. Who's someone you want Tottenham Hotspur to buy, essentially, in a transfer window? Get your comments in, because I'm ready to answer them. Ready to answer them. All right. If we swiftly move on, like I said, Dragusin, Tottenham are pushing to wrap up the signing of Genoa centre-back Dragusin by the end of the week. Just going over Twitter to see what else I've missed. I haven't missed. Oh, Tottenham watched Nottingham Forest's Morgan Gibbs-White on Saturday, though a deal is unlikely to materialise this month. So, essentially, it's like what Brian Daigle actually said last stream. I don't know who was here last stream, but Brian Daigle was basically saying how he would love to see Morgan Gibbs-White, and I agree. I disagree with the fact what he says regarding Kulusevski in terms of he shouldn't be playing on the right wing. I think Kulusevski is good enough to play on the right wing. It's just he needs to learn to go inside in his weaker foot a bit more. That's why I disagree with him a bit. But me, Brian, obviously, love Brian. What else have we got to say? We've got to talk about Conor Gallagher. We've got to talk about Conor Gallagher. I think Conor Gallagher is one hell of a talking point in itself, because he's a little bit interesting one. The whole Chelsea situation is really interesting. Why is a player like Conor Gallagher, regards as one of the best Chelsea players, and yet he's still being, contacted by other clubs to be maybe, bought in a transfer window? How's that possible? I just don't see a world where Tottenham kind of like don't go in for Conor Gallagher. I'm not saying they're gonna get him. I'm just saying I think Tottenham are gonna go for him. Imnolf says Jota. What about Jota? Look, I like Jota a lot. I think he can work out. I just have my own little worries about him. Number one, Premier League. How is he going to deal with in the Premier League? And also, he's going to want game time. He's going to want a lot of game time. And can we offer him? Some would say yes. Some would say no. Does he slot into your starting 11 automatically? Don't think we need Connor, to be honest. All right, so I'm gonna paint you a picture then. Here we go. I love painting people's pictures. Everyone knows us. It's me, Tot Josh. It's not with Spurs live YouTube video or YouTube live stream without me painting people pictures. So let's go with it. Bissouma gets a red card. Pape Sarr is injured. Skippy's a defensive midfielder. Højbjerg gets sold. So far we're full players out. Pape Sarr is out. Bissouma suspended. Skippy not good enough. Højbjerg sold. We've got 4 players now, yeah? Højbjerg sold, okay? We start Lo Celso. We start Bentancur. We start Maddison. Why don't we need Conor Gallagher? Who's going to come in for Lo Celso or Bentancur midway game for a like replacement? The only player I can think of right now that's on the market is Conor Gallagher. The only reason why I'm not interested in Conor Gallagher is simply because of his price tag. I think that Conor Gallagher is worth 50 million. Are you mental? Conor Gallagher worth 50 mil? There is no chance that Conor Gallagher is worth 50 mil. In no era of football is Conor Gallagher worth 50 mil. He's a decent player. I'm gonna give that to him. He's a decent player. I forgot about someone. Sarr is also on the bench, but Sarr is injured. So Conor Gallagher, in my opinion, we actually kind of need that kind of player, but just not for that price tag. That's why I'm trusting Paratici and Ange in their recruitment. Tottenham are pushing to wrap up the signing of Genoa centre back. Yeah. Okay, we already talked about that. Personal terms are basically agreed with Dragusin, by the way, lads. Personal terms are basically agreed. Well, what else we got? I'm trying to think. In terms of that central midfield role, though, Imnov, do you or chat people in the chat? Do you think we need a central midfielder in January, or do you think maybe we can go without a central midfielder? I just personally think a central midfielder is really what we need. We really need a solid central midfielder. Just my opinion. If you agree, let me know. I want to know if you guys agree with me or not. Because if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comment section down below. Because I just think in terms of squad depth, in terms of everything, really, I think we need someone like Conor Gallagher to just come into the team every so often. So Tottenham Hotspur transfer target Conor Gallagher is expected to reject any move away, given he is standing captain in the absence of Chelsea captain Reece James. So it's looking like we're not going to be getting Conor Gallagher because, well, we actually kind of want him, but he's going to regret it. He's going to reject the opportunity to join us, which is a bit stupid if you actually think about it, because Tottenham Hotspur are actually kind of like striving right now. Once first team are all back from injury, many players will be upset for game time, especially extra ones by January. Yeah, no. It's a fair point. It's a fair point to make. But it's just hard for me to believe that everyone will be fit at once with with how we're going right now. Like, I don't see a world where the whole Tottenham Hotspur team are all fit at one point. Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't think that is ever going to happen, because the way it's looking like, I'm questioning what Ange is really doing in the training, because whether or not the players can actually handle the intensity throughout training, because it doesn't make sense that every single game we aren't really worried about the scoreline, we're kind of worried about the injuries. It's like no, concede, but just don't get an injury. Like, that's how we are right now. I mean, at least that's how I am. I just don't want an injury. I don't want to see Pape Matar getting off. Alejo Vélez now crying his eyes out. It's just frustrating that each and every single second we're getting injuries left, right, and centre. I wouldn't be surprised if we get if somewhat, we reply now with with a tweet saying, yeah, um this player is injured now. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Honestly, I wouldn't. All right, get your questions in down below. Fabrizio Mano tweeted earlier today, understand Pape Matar Sarr new deal at Spurs valid until June 2030 will be announced soon. It's all set, agreement completed with the midfielder. Paperwork's getting ready, and then Tottenham will be able to confirm more key extension after Destiny Udogie. Yes, and yes. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Big up to everyone who's in the chat today. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a brilliant day. And thank you so much for joining me today on a little transfer update. What else? Anyone else got any questions? In comment down below. We're gonna tell the Instagram people to jump on the live stream now, because yeah, let's get the Instagram people on the live stream right now. Let's hear what they got to say very quickly. I'm going to tell everyone to come join. Yes, Spurs Live Instagram people. Hopefully you're all doing so well. Hopefully you're having a fine day. If you do want to join us on YouTube right now, we're answering every single question you'll have to ask. So yeah, if you're feeling like you're up for a little debate, head over to YouTube. We're answering all questions right now. All questions are being answered. So head over to YouTube where we can answer. Look at this. We're getting comments left, right, and center. Check this out. A little nice comment from our good friend here, Imnolf. Yes, big up to you, Imnolf. Once first teams are all back from injuries, you see, we're getting these comments left, right, and center. So if you are interested in giving us some questions, anything for us to answer, if you've got any questions regarding to Dragusin, regarding Maddison, regarding Pape Matar Sarr, head over to YouTube on the live stream, and we are going to be answering all your questions right now. I will link it. The link is in our story, so head over to our story, check it out. And we're live right now on YouTube. So chat, say hi, everyone. Everyone's saying hi to you guys in the chat. Yeah. All right, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. YouTube people in the Spurs Live Instagram were saying hello to you all. When is Micky Van De Ven and Maddison back? So I think this is we got okay, brilliant stuff. We got Siddharth in here. Before I answer that question, Siddharth, big up to yourself. Hopefully you're doing amazing today. Big up to yourself. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and get your questions in down below. When is Van De Ven back? Van De Ven, I think, is back before Maddison. I think. And Maddison, yeah, Maddison should be available on the 14th, and I think Van De Ven will come shortly afterwards, or it could be that they'll both be available in the same game, the same day. Reports came out the other day that Van De Ven could potentially be playing versus United, so who knows? Yo, says Siddharth. Big up, Siddharth. Hopefully you're having a brilliant day, my friend. Thank you so much for joining the Spurs Live YouTube channel. Where do you think the Kane money should go? I think we've already spent the Kane money. I'll be honest. I think we've already spent the Kane money. I think we spent it on Micky Van De Ven. I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me already. I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me. Yep, everyone can hear me. I can hear myself. Turn up your volume, maybe, mate. Maybe that will help because I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me in the chat. Where do you think the Kane money will go? The Kane money, I think, is already spent. Let me explain to you why. Vicario, Tottenham transfers. I'll get it up properly so we can all see. Here. Lovely to see you all in the chat. Honestly, it's amazing. It's great to have you all in the chat. I know my internet is screwed right now. Give it a second, it will come back. There we go. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, we're back. All right, here. Here we go. Here we go, lads. Here we go, lads. All right, so we start off with the Brennan Johnson cost 55 mil. That's already more than half of what we spent for 55 million euros. Okay, how much did Tottenham sell Kane to Bayern for? I wonder. I don't actually know exactly. 100 million euros. Okay, let's say we have 100 million euros. Yeah, it's actually simple. We've got 100 million euros. Okay, Brennan Johnson cost 55 million euros. That's already half of the money gone. More than half the money gone. 46 million euros was for James Maddison. Money's gone basically now. Well, almost. Hang on. Pedro Porro, we activated him now. 40 million euros as well. Micky Van De Ven, 40 million euros. He's gone. Dejan Kulusevski cost us 30 million euros. He's now gone. Guglielmo Vicario cost us 18 mil. He's gone. Alejo cost us 15 mil, and Ashley Phillips cost us 2.3 million euros. So, if you can see, we've actually already spent most of the money. Total market. Let me quickly get the exact sum that we spent. 55 plus 46.30 plus 40 plus 30 plus 18 plus 15 plus 2.30. We spent 206 million euros essentially in the summer transfer market. That's basically Harry Kane money gone plus more. We can't hear you. No. I think it's fixed. Turn up your volume, mate. I think when Maddison's back, where will Kulu play? And if he's on the right wing, where is Brennan gonna go? Oh, I love this question. This is a question we get asked all the time, and I think the only correct answer to this is that you somehow play both Kulu and Maddison. I think what Maddison provides you is too much to not play him. You can't not play Maddison. I think you have to play Maddison. In terms of Kulu now, I think Kulu also provides so much more than Ben Johnson. I really do think that. And it's just I feel like his hold-up play is just superb. Maddison's hold-up play here is just so good. He's on point with everything. If you think about it, Maddison's creativeness plus Dejan Kulusevski's hold-up play. What can you ask? You can't ask for more. I mean, obviously, I'd like to see maybe a cheeky go on your weaker foot by Kulu, if you get what I'm saying, like in terms of do a bit more from Kulu, but Ben Johnson's not done much for me to say, you know what, he's over Kulu for me. Because please, what has he done? What has Kulu done to say, yeah, he's done. He's over for me. By the way, quick thing on the side note thing. You know, Ancelotti said Real Madrid aren't getting any centre backs this season, this summer. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah. So Dragusin's almost done basically. We're just waiting for the here we go, and then that will be confirmed. Gallagher is set to reject the Tottenham Hotspur deal, and Pape Matar Sarr. Let me tell you something. He is going to be a top player. I am so happy we got him tied down to a new contract alongside Destiny Udogie. Sorry, I got my juggling balls here. I'm so happy we got them both tied down to a new contract because I think what they offer, it's not just now, what they can offer in the future as well. It's just so much. It's so much. Pape Sarr is a player to watch out for the future, especially for the future, because I don't really see. I think he's going to be like a. I'm not going to say Bellingham because that's a bit too much, but I think Pape Sarr can be like a Pogba in terms of the quality he has. He's been compared before to Pogba. Yeah. So continue with the questions you've guys got. I'm gonna bring up the TikTok viewers so they can also know that we're live. Now you know what? Is there live on Threads? Can you even go on live on Thread? Can you? I know you can't go live. Whatever. Yeah. What we saying? What's the chat saying? Chat's very quiet today. What's happening, lads? What's happening, lads? What's happening? Should we put on some music? What are we saying? No, but look, I think overall, it's pretty much this is what's gonna happen basically. We're gonna sign a centre back, Dragusin. We're probably gonna sign a central midfielder. I'm going for someone like a central midfielder. Like I want someone exciting, someone that gets you up on your feet, someone that's like, oh, he's gonna score. Because I feel like right now that's how we feel when like Maddison's on the ball. When Maddison's on the ball, you're like, oh damn, he can create something. Damn, he's on the verge of scoring. He's on the verge of creating something. Such a shame he's been out for so long. But yeah, what else have we got to talk about? What's the chat saying? Chat. Fabricio just said no changes on Jean-Claire Todibo deal. Almost collapsed. Oh man, no. We can't have it collapse. We cannot have this deal collapse. If this deal is collapsed, long day. What was it? I was gonna check. Yeah, this is what I was going to chat. I want to get your thoughts on this, and I'm loving the fact that these players are getting the recognition. Please tell me they got a post about it. Please tell me they got a post about it. By the way, Rooney got sacked. Here we go. Should we sell Davis? Ooh, I think, you know what? By the way, Iminoff, big up to yourself. I appreciate all your comments. You're smashing it. Thank you so much. It just makes it so much more enjoyable when people are commenting. No, we should not sell Davis. No. I think he's the only backup we got right now that I'm just so comfortable with. I'm comfortable with Davis. I'll be honest. Like, I like him a lot. He's never done us any harm. He really hasn't. He's just like every other player. Sometimes he has a good game, sometimes he has a bad game. He's never done us any harm. Barely done us any harm. So no, I don't think we should sell him anyway. If we were to sell him, how much would he go for? What, probably around like 10 mil? 15 mil? Ben Davis transfer market. Do you guys like this music, by the way? Yeah, 15 mil he goes for. No need to sell him. No need to sell him at all. No, I don't see a reason why we need to sell Davis. I think he's solid. He's doing well. If anyone does want to jump on, obviously have their say. I was about to say that, but you know what? He's not ready yet, but when he's ready, we're gonna bring in, and I'm not even joking right now. I'm not even joking. People think I say this all the time, but it's not true. I've only got my certain Spurs YouTube channels that I actually listen to. Subscribers doesn't matter. It's all about the content you produce. One is obviously Tottenham on Tour. Love it. Expressions obviously always good. We are Tottenham TV. They're the big boys. But then you got the channels that I like. They're so genuine, and I don't know. I just love this. I love this this guest we got on now. Give me a second, lads. Give me a second. All right, lads. All right, hang on 1 second. Give me a second, lads. Because we got a serious guest. We need to get ready, lads. Okay, I don't want to keep it back too long. But yeah, it's Talk and Bull. Jose. Yes, mate.
Good afternoon, Josh. Happy New Year to you, mate. How are you?
Happy New Year. I'm good. How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah. I've been all bunged up all weekend, so I've not been on as much. But I saw that you've put in our group, so I thought to myself, you know what? Let me come on and let me see what Josh has got to say today to his people.
Well, look, it's my pleasure to have you on the channel. Yeah. By the way, have you got some sound coming from you? Well, look,
sound coming from me?
Yeah, like some sizzling sound.
No.
Okay, it should be good. Well, look, Jose, we're talking
Sorry,
about.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
It's Jose. I'm not Portuguese or Spanish. Jose.
Yeah. I do apologize.
That's all right. No worries.
Jose, it's good to know. Now I know, because every single time I come on your channel, I call you Jose. I was like, okay,
I know.
Jose. Yeah, it's nice now that I know it's called Jose. Tell me something. We got Mile High in the chat here. Good to see you, Leo. Hopefully you're doing well. No player would accept being back up at some point and he'll want to leave. Now, we're talking about some player called Davis. Ben Davis. What are your thoughts on Ben Davis? I think not many people really cover him in terms of what we've been doing so far. I don't think many people have given him enough credit because he's slot into that centre-back role. And I wouldn't say he looked super comfortable, but it's not been a massive drop-off. Obviously, there has been drop-off, but not a massive drop-off. What are your thoughts on Ben Davis slotting in that centre-back role?
Yeah, he's done a job for us.
Yeah.
But in all, I'm going to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
If we want to improve as a team and as a collective, then we need to look beyond Ben Davies. I watched Ben Davies play against Crystal Palace, and although we won the game, Ben Davies came in and he played because the doggy was either suspended or injured, and he only played one half. After 45 minutes, he was hooked. The Tottenham will tell us that it was because he was slightly injured. He was getting absolutely roasted and basted in that first half against Crystal Palace, and we took him off and we replaced him with Emerson at half time. And although Emerson is not the greatest, we improved in the second half. At that moment in time, I said, right, that's it. Davies needs to join Dyer and go. Then all of a sudden, we've had our problems at centre backs with the injuries and suspensions, and Davies has come in and he's done a job. However, what I will say is, look, we've ground out results, Josh. But for me, my personal opinion is that when you have Van De Ven, Romero, and people of that ilk at the back, it gives the players in front of you confidence, because you know you're going to play the system that Ange wants, because these two people have got the recovery. They can carry the ball out. They can do everything that you needed in the Postecoglou system. When you then don't have them two players, and then you have Davies, Romero, Dyer, whoever it may be at the back, it means that we have to play slightly different, because we haven't got the attributes to play the Postecoglou game. Listen, he's done really well, but to be brutally honest, if we can bring in better players, then I would say thank you very much for your time at the club. You've been a great servant. You've served us well, and he served us well. But I'd be looking beyond Ben Davies.
So, do you not think that, because obviously it's nice to have a discussion when two people don't agree, so it's going to be a good discussion. The way I see it is the fact that there's no point of selling Ben Davies right now, because he's worth 15 million euros, not worth selling. He's not taking so much wages, so I'm like, why don't you just keep him on the bench? Because in terms of right now, let's say we get Dragusin over the line, we've got, in terms of centre backs, we've got Micky Van De Ven, Romero, and Dragusin. I don't like Emerson at centre back. I never liked him at centre back. I don't think he's good enough at centre back. Dragusin is going to be good enough, but then you've got the likes of Eric Dyer, who needs to leave. So essentially, you've only got 3 centre backs. I think you keep Eric Dyer for the season, and at the end of the season, you kind of look for another centre back. What do you think we are good enough to at least keep Ben Davies?
I don't know where your show's going today, but I don't know. Are you going to talk about transfers for this month, or are you asking me to right? Because otherwise, I'm going to hit this answer.
Oh wait, one second. Let me just try. Hang on. Just because there was a lot of noise there from the mic. It's not my mic, I don't think. There we go.
I have a brand new mic, so it works.
Yeah, works perfectly. There we go.
So for me, if we're going to be serious, look at the position that we are now in the league. All this that we haven't got money business malarkey, to me, is a load of bull crap. And the reason why I say this is we could go and spend 120 million pounds now. We could spend 120 million pounds in this winter transfer window, and do it over 5 years, like we did with other signings and other teams doing it at the moment. So you spread your costs over 5 years. If you spent 120 million pounds in this transfer window, right, and spread it over 5 years, the bottom line would hit 24 million per year for the next 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Me personally, and I can see Ian, top man, Ian Meth, great chap, he's in the chat, and Ian and I are of a similar age type thing, and we tend to agree. But I'm not selling. I'm not saying selling Davies now. But what I'm saying is probably in the summer. But what I would do if I was Tottenham Hotspur now, I would buy Dragusin. I'd put all my eggs in one basket, get Dragusin early, Still try and get Todibo in, even though it might be later in the window. Still go for Todibo. That gives you your 4 centre halves, and that gives you a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Sell Eric Dyer now, because there are suitors for him. So sell him now, so that frees up one space. You've already got Lloris that's left. That frees up another space. Then on top of that, what I would do is I would sell Højbjerg to Juventus, because Juventus apparently won him. But I would do a deal with Juventus where I would do part exchange, where I'd let Højbjerg go to Juventus, and I maybe on a loan to buy in the summer, with an obligation to buy in the summer. But then I would take from Juventus Cambiasso at left back on a loan to buy, and Illing Jr. on a loan to buy, because Illing Jr. is under 21, so he wouldn't count towards a 25-man squad. Cambiasso would count towards a 25 squad, and that evens your squad up. People that say we don't have the money, we do have the money, because you don't have to pay the money up front. You can split your deal over the years that you buy the player for, like we did with Bentancur, like we've done with Kulu, like we've done this with all our deals, and other teams do it as well. So we can always do deals. It's not about not having the money. You can have the money to do it, because you're not spending all in one go.
Yeah. Look, I kind of agree with you here. I like your idea of what you're saying here, in terms of, from what I'm understanding, it's utilize the fact that we got players that need to go, utilize the fact that we got players that are still worth something, and work around, and also something that I don't know if you're actually intending to say this, but something that I'm understanding from what you're saying is you're actually trying to solidify that defense position, which I really I'm a big fan of, in terms of we need to first of all set the standards in the back, and then we move forward. My question though here is that, do you not think that, I was just naming the midfielders earlier, in terms of midfielders and Conor Gallagher, because obviously the title of the show is Dragusin, Gallagher and Sarr. So for Conor Gallagher, do you think there's a position for him in this team? Because let's continue with what you're saying. If we sell Højbjerg, that means we are leaving a CDM spot empty. Do you think Conor Gallagher can slot into that? I wouldn't say necessarily a CDM spot. I would just say slot into that midfield mix and try get on the team sheet. Do you think that's a deal to be done, or do you think can't be done?
Right. Gallagher would be a good addition to the squad.
I agree.
Okay, so I have 2 schools of thought on this. 3 schools of thought. One school of thought for me tells me that for the past few years, and including this season, our negative is our defence, and it has been for years. It has been for years, and this year our negative is our defence. We have a 4-man defence that, if all fit, is absolutely pristine and prime. We then don't have anything to come and back any of them for thereafter. So the window that I'm looking at would mean that you'd have 2 left backs, 2 of each centre back, and you've got 2 right backs, because you've got Porro and Emerson already. Emerson's there, so he's there, and that would give us that. I've always said that the permutations that we've got for midfield, for the time being, the permutations that we've got for midfield, and the midfield 3 and the attacking 3, we've got loads of different permutations. If they're all fit, because they haven't been fit, have they? We've lost out with people. I mean, Perisic, we're not going to see him again in the Tottenham shirt. So you had him. You've got Manor Solomon, who's out injured at the moment as well, who's due to come back hopefully this month. Hopefully this month. And then you've got your Hills, your Richarlisons, your Johnsons. The list then goes on, and in midfield you've got all the midfielders that we've got. We've got 6 midfielders at the moment. I'm talking about what we've got. I'm not telling you they're fit.
Yeah.
We've got 6. So for me, the problem has not been with the forward 6, because we've got permutations for people to play in different positions. Our biggest problem that we need to rectify is defence. Now, people will say that you win leagues
based on your defence.
Based on your defence, because let's be fair, we've not got a problem scoring goals. We didn't have a problem scoring goals this season. We didn't have a problem scoring. Yeah, we haven't had a problem scoring goals when this season we had Kane. We had no problem scoring goals. Now going forward, we still don't have problems scoring goals. It's just defensively. So for me, I would solidify our back. If I can this window, it's for me solidifying the back and then make your improvements in midfield and forward lines in the summer if you need it. But let's be fair. We're in a chase here at the moment. We're 6 points behind Liverpool. With all the injuries that we've got, and I know that Newcastle have had injuries, I know Brighton have had injuries, excuse me, Man United have had injuries, lots of us have had injuries, but to be where we are with the rub of the green that we've been given so far after 20 games is nigh on unbelievable, to be honest. I mean, Ian will know Ange is a magician. Obviously, the players believe in what Ange is saying. They believe in what they're doing on the training pitch. And he instilled confidence in everybody. He's improved a lot of players as well. We've got players that under his tutelage and under the coaching that they've been given have improved as footballers.
I think also...
Sorry, if you want to go that extra mile, Josh, what I'm trying to say is we want to go that extra mile now. We need to improve the defensive line to go that extra mile because our problems are not in midfield and attack.
So from what I'm understanding it's like what I said. If Jose had to you see how I like pronounce your name nice there. If Jose if Jose was Ange and he was in charge of this transfer market, the January transfer window, you would say just go defense and then build up from the back. Now I kind of agree with you, but I just feel like in terms of attacking options, in terms of central midfielders, I still think there's parts that we need to fill in. I don't think it's a case of starting from the back, but I like the idea, and I wouldn't say no to it. It's just at the end of the day, just my opinion. What, by the way, big up to Ian Matthews in here, big up to Dan Myers who's in here, big up to Imnoff Mulf who's here. This is a really interesting one. Maybe go for Estupinian, but can't see Brighton selling. My problem with Estupinian is I think Estupinian would probably want to start. And Udogie is basically a starter. And that left back position for me, it does need a little bit of backup there. It does need backup. Do you see Estupinian? Do you see us going for Estupinian?
Estupinian, I think, is a good player. He's young still in that. But no, I don't, because the thing is with Brighton and their model that they've got is that they bring in players and their scouting system is brilliant. They bring players unbelievably cheap, They get them on unbelievable deals, and then they sell them for mega bucks. There is probably more value, in all honesty, there's more value in someone like Cambiasso from Juventus than what there is in Estupinian. Similar ages, but the prices of these two players would be significantly different. Big time difference. By the way, you've got Who's News here. He's in there.
Big up to Who's News.
He is absolutely a superb scout. He comes on our channel. He gives all his views and that. Happy New Year to you, Who's News. Good man.
Big up
He's a
to
good
Who's
man.
News. Trust me, he comes on the channel a lot. He gives us a good scouting report. But before we continue, I just want to give obviously El Tel Cockerel, that is Jose's channel, his personal challenge channel there. So subscribe there, and then if you do want to support Jose and Colin on Talk and Ball, go subscribe there. Brilliant content. Like I said, just go subscribe to them both. Talk and Ball here, and then El Tel Cockerel down there. Obviously, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe here. And we got a new question here from Ian Matt. By the way, Jose, when you need to leave, you're more than welcome.
Ian, why don't you come on, mate? If you got time,
Ian, mate, you're more than welcome to come on.
I always like Ian's opinion. He gives us, because Ian knows Ian lives up in Scotland. He's watched Ange.
Is he on the chat?
Yeah, he's in our chat as well.
Okay. Yeah. So I sent it on the chat.
Ian, the link's in the Talk and Ball chat. If you want to come on, mate, if you've got time.
So do you wanna answer this one? Do you guys think we need a natural goal scorer? Like, because right now, quickly, I'll just give my view on this. Right now, I think Richarlison is doing well. He's on his goal scoring streak. my problem from the get-go is, number one, if Richarlison's injury was setting him back so much, why would he not get that injury sorted earlier? But again, that's just my opinion. So do you think we need a natural goal scorer?
Ian can tell us better because he's watched the systems, because he's obviously up there and he follows Celtic and he's followed Ange up there.
Yeah.
The type of player that you need, right, to play as your 9 in this system is what everyone was going to call a sacrificial lamb, and that's the way it was in Scotland. It only just so happened that the forward up there ended up scoring so many goals because he was a sacrificial lamb, but he got on the end of things. Richarlison puts his body, and I mean literally puts his body in the firing line for absolutely everything, and the ball bounces off him and does these things, but it's the shit house he doesn't, and he sacrifices himself for the rest of the team. The system that Ange plays means that goals come from everywhere. They don't just come from your number 9. Sonny has looked good, and when he's played the 9, he's scored lots of goals. Richarlison playing the 9 is now scoring goals. So it just shows whoever you put in the 9 will score goals in the system and the setup that he plays. So you're not playing an out-and-out number 9 traditionally like the old number 9, and you're not playing a traditional forward, because the way that the game is played is that this person becomes like a battering ram, so to speak, and he's a foil for others to go beyond. So it possibly aesthetically it might be nice to have a number 9, but I don't think it's a pressing issue, because Ange's system relies more on other players than that number 9, if that makes any sense.
I think you can have an argument saying we need a bit more of a clinical goal scorer. That I agree with. I don't think a natural goal scorer is really what we need, because of what Jose said in terms of the goals come from different places. Obviously, it would be great to have Harry Kane in the team, a natural goal scorer. But I mean, look, even I'm shocked at how well Ange is doing. This is actually quite nice. It's actually a nice question here, because do you think, Jose, we are too much in advance in this Tottenham team in terms of how we are right now? But sorry, just before you answer this, we do have a guest in the back end. Never seen him in the chat before, and well, he's in the chat. He's been in the chat, so I appreciate all the support. It is Ian Meth. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Good to see you. Happy New Year.
You're on mute.
I think you're on mute. Yeah.
You're muted. You're muted. Ian, you're muted.
No, he needs to accept. On your iPhone, you need to accept allow mic, and I don't think he did that.
I was going to say, okay, yeah. I was going to say, Ian's a professional normally.
Well, we're gonna leave that question to when Ian comes back. I've got my pups in the house. My pups is in the house. Get in there. Big up, pups. Has anyone actually seen these new potential players in a game? I'm worried Spurs have made so many past mistakes. I think he's referring to. Has anyone seen these new potential players in the game? What potential players? I think he's referring to Dragusin or the Juventus players.
It might be Dragusin.
There we go. Ian,
Am I in now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
brilliant stuff.
Yeah, just when you said, "Can I come on?" and because it's in the chat group, I just instantly hit the button. So sorry about that. Right, I'm here.
All good. Welcome.
Enjoyed listening to you.
Happy New Year, Ian.
And Happy New Year to you both. Absolutely, and to everybody in the chat, and to Spurs players, Spurs fans everywhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what do you think? What do you think of Ange? Obviously, you come today. Even I'm shocked at how well Ange is doing. What do you think? What do you make of Ange? Obviously, not many expectations. Not much expectation come to Tottenham Hotspur.
I had huge expectations. It's the speed with which he's managed to achieve. It's the speed with which he's managed to achieve the revolution it is a quiet revolution that's going on, and the fact that we are so high in the table, so close to the top, despite everything. If you see me flicking, it's because I'm on my phone and there's WhatsApps coming. There's a message from Brian Daigle come through. We're in advanced talks with our Romanian friend and what have you. So, and Ryan's put in chats on probably about Højbjerg and what have you. I live in Scotland. I follow Celtic up here. And the football that Celtic played under Postecoglou was absolutely the best football that Celtic have played. That Celtic have played over the last 20 years, even when they were winning things. I can't do this. My phone. I think this deal's being done with Romania.
Have you got an iPhone?
Yeah.
So you can go down and there's a like a sleep button that you can turn off the notifications if you want.
Yeah, leave it. I'll just ignore it. I'll talk with my eyes shut because otherwise it's a distraction for everybody else. When at Celtic, the players he brought in, he had an almost 100% hit rate with transfers, improving the team. Yeah, okay, he's had a weakened Rangers to beat, but Rangers won the league the year before he came by 21 points or something, and he won it by 4 or 5. So he turned it round. He lost 3 of his first 7 games, which is like almost almost impossible at Celtic to do that. And he transformed the team, transformed the playing style. I read a lot of rubbish about Ange. What does he know about football? Where has he coached and what have you? I take a view that if you can coach, you can coach. And if you have ideas on the way the team plays. But he usually starts slowly. In his first season with his team in Japan, he nearly got relegated. He then won the league the following season. As I say, he turned round, lost 3 of his first 7 games, and then won the league with Celtic. So he has a record of coming into a club, bringing his style to it, changing the personnel radically, and then winning trophies. That's his record. Yes, of course, it might be more difficult for him to have achieved that at a huge club like Tottenham, but he's a big man with a huge personality. The other thing that I think was really, really important was that under the Conte era, I think clearly with Conte, Salini and what have you, that the players were so utterly disillusioned with what was going on, that I don't think it was as difficult as it might have been to have transformed the players' minds. But you see the comments that they make; they are clearly loving playing under Ange. You look at a game like Everton, where we didn't at home, last week, where we didn't play particularly well, but managed to win it. Even Bournemouth, we didn't play particularly well in large chunks of that game, hopelessly disrupted again, I think, by the injury to Benton, to Sarr and what have you. But the players gutsed it out. They really gutsed it out. And even, Dyer and Royal and Davis played really well at the back. So he's getting a tune. We're absolutely close. I gather, because I think we've got a here we go. I've got a bet. I had a bet with Brian Daigle because I'm going to be in Toronto in August. That the loser would buy a drink if we didn't make a signing by. But I said we'd make a signing by close of play on Wednesday, and it looks
he came on the show and said that. Yeah, he came on the show.
Yeah, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So he owes me the first round, but I'm sure we'll have more than one, so we'll end up even at the end of it. But I think there's a sea change as well. I think this idea of nickel and diming clubs, we'll always search for the best deal. Why wouldn't we search for the best deal? The idea that every club just capitulates and pays an asking price and we haggle is, of course, nonsense and part of the anti-Mr. Chairman agenda. But it looks like we've got that deal. The other thing that flashed up was Eric Dyer's been told apparently he can find another club. And I heard you and Josh talking about that, and I think that was I think that's good. I think that's right, because I think as well that might free up a place for another centre forward. I mean, talking about Ben Davies is that I think one of the things about Davies is, firstly, he's such a good professional, and I can't believe he's not a good person to have around the dressing room and around the training ground. The other thing is, when you've got an issue, whether it's at left back or whether it's at centre half, he will come in and he will do a job. To me, he's the consummate professional. And you've got to replace him with better. You've also got to replace him with somebody that might actually be persuaded to sit on the bench or sit in the stands half the time and not complain about it. And that's not always easy. So
but that's what you give credit to, in my opinion, to top professionals. Sorry to cut you off there, but in my opinion, I think that's what top teams have. You know, all top teams have that one or two players that essentially their quality is not good enough to start, but they're kind of like the one player that just doesn't mind to be on the bench. For example, I like to bring Real Madrid in this debate. Is the fact that they got a couple players like Vasquez, like Nacho, that no matter what, they're just happy to play. Jose, I just want to quickly bring you in on this one. Do you think, I talk a lot about mentality at Tottenham Hotspur, a lot about mentality. Now, well, it's not hard to see. Both of you are much older than me. Do you guys think that it's over the years you could see that the mentality has shifted in a negative way or in a positive way? Would you say over the years, in terms of, you know, let's say since we won a trophy until now, you know, the mentality has shifted or not really?
I think, right, the mentality can only shift if you have a change of personnel, right? People are scarred, right? And let's not get worried. People have been scarred over the years. So some of the players that are with us are more scarred than others. The people that are flourishing and that seem to be flourishing a lot more now are people that are not scarred. Yeah,
that's fair.
So for me, if you get out the old and bring in the new, then you can impose this mentality or bring this kind of mentality to people, or, you know, impress this mentality on people. I think it's difficult when you've gone tried, tested on some of the players, and a lot of our new players. If you look at the likes of Odogie's not scarred, Romero's not scarred, Van De Ven's not scarred, Porro's not scarred. These players haven't been here for like dog years. Do you know what I mean? So the more newer players you can bring into the group and refresh it, and then bring your own stance and stuff on things like Ange is doing, then this will improve us. I think there's a lot of scarred players at the club. Well, not a lot. We still have some scarred players at the club, but that's changing. That's changing.
I agree. I'm gonna bring you in as well. Like for me, in my opinion, our players are scarred so badly that we can't shift their mentality. This is my opinion. I think when you got players like Ben Davies, where I'm gonna be brutally honest here. His quality is decent. He's a decent backup, but it's not like Heung-Min Son, where you can take the advantage, even though his mentality might not be the best, but his quality is good enough. I think that the only way to get rid of the mentality, to shift the mentality, is to get rid of the people with the mentality. You got rid of Hugo Lloris, you're getting rid of Eric Dyer, you got rid of Harry Kane, you got rid of Christian Eriksen, same players like that. Heung-Min Son, for me, I said this multiple times on my stream, it's very, very different, because Sonny, in terms of big games, he's actually kind of showed up. Look at City. Look at the whole Champions League run. He showed up for those games. Look at big games against Arsenal, against City, against United, against Liverpool. He shows up. Now, Ian, do you think in terms of the players, do you agree with Jose, who says actually that there are still a couple players here who are still scarred with the mentality problem?
I think that's almost certainly right. I think, having said that, you can change attitudes. I mean, I think when you look at, Bissouma, for example, started the season absolutely fantastically and then seemed to go off again, and I don't know why. So does that mean that mentally he's not strong? Sarr has been an absolute revelation this season, and in fact, when you look at when we played in Milan in the Champions League, Skip and Sarr were absolutely fantastic together in the middle of the field. So what happens? Yep. That duo doesn't get to play again, and that's you can understand on that basis that why players were scarred and why players were peed off when you play really well and then you don't get another chance. What's interesting though is you mentioned Harry Kane in that. As a player that's gone. I mean, are you suggesting, and I'm not saying you're wrong here, that Harry Kane wasn't strong enough mentally?
Did he show up in big games?
I don't. Well, that's why I'm saying I don't disagree. For all his brilliance, I think half the problem with Harry Kane is that his record in semi-finals and finals is abysmal. Someone who's capable of scoring sort of 4 goals in 5 games was scored like 2 in 10 or something like that in semi-finals and finals. I mean, he should never have played in Madrid. I mean, that was an absolutely shocking decision by Pochettino. I didn't get a ticket, but I was in Madrid and I went to, we watched it in a pub cum restaurant with, lots of Spurs and Liverpool supporters. And I just went outside just to catch my breath after the match. And the first thing I heard from someone coming out of a neighbouring pub, big guy, I've gone outside the screen, but big guy, fucking Pochettino. That was the first thing I heard when I came out, was this really aggressive fucking Pochettino. And that was the anger, and that, that in playing a semi-fit, not even a semi-fit, probably a quarter-fit Harry Kane, instead of a fully fit Lucas Moura, who must have been absolutely brimming with confidence. I mean, what would Virgil van Dijk rather have? A half-fit Harry Kane, tall, similar to him, or a little low centre of gravity, quick Brazilian with lightning quick feet. I love a short attacker running at me with skill and pace. Said no centre half ever. So that was a shocking decision. But you're absolutely right. I mean, about Harry Kane. Having said that, I think he'd have scored 30 goals by now in this team, because part of the problem that I think we've had is we're not converting anywhere near enough of the chances that we're creating. And when you look at where I would say the wheels fell off, that would be far, far, far too dramatic. But there was undoubtedly a turning point where it all went wrong at Chelsea. That was when we had a Son offside. I mean, he ought to bloody change his name, from Heung-Min Son to Son offside, because it must be driving everybody bonkers at the moment. I want to get onto that though soon. That's a good talking point. Yeah. But yeah, you can. I mean, I won't talk for much longer on this point. No. But we could well have that. Son stays half a yard behind. We're 2 up. I think we go on and annihilate Chelsea that night, because they were all over the place defensively. They were not coping with our speed and movement. And I think that's just because of Romero, in my opinion. That whole game was because of Romero. That even though we weren't playing good before Romero put that tackle in, it just hit it even worse. But look, we got a couple comments here. Obviously, big up Pups. He says, yes, Aurier, Sanchez, Doherty, not good enough. Skip, Dyer, Royale. Look, that I agree with that. I don't think any of those 6 players are good enough for Tottenham Hotspur, in my opinion. Big up to Jose. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, head over to El Tel Coquerel and subscribe to Jose there. Hasper TV says, but you could argue the same with Sonny. Difference is Son signed a new contract under Nuno, and unlike Kane, hasn't wanted to leave to win trophies. Just being brutally honest, Kane did score big goals. He scored nice goals, but he didn't actually score important goals, in my opinion.
In fairness to Kane, the three finals he played at Spurs was Poch's first season, and we weren't that great at that time. The Champions League final was where was unfit, and the City League Cup final we were dominated. Big up to Daniel E. Plus Mason was the manager himself. Jose, fair enough. Spurs related in the house. Big up to you, Spurs related. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, my guy. Happy New Year. Dragusin, here we go by tomorrow. I'm hoping that. Ian, you mentioned that really, really good talking point. Which that is the offside bits. Now, we are questioning a lot. By the way, quick side thing. Fabio Paratici will continue to assist Tottenham Hotspur in the January transfer window, despite the arrival of Scott Munn as chief football officer and sporting director Johan Lange. So, yeah, doing well, mate. Thank you so much. Cheers for the comment. Hopefully you're doing well. Right, attackingly, I've got quite a fair amount of questions. Clinically, we are getting more chances in terms of the amount of chances we are creating. It's just time. It's just so much more than what we're getting when we're under Conte. You mentioned there that Sonny's just offside so many times. You mentioned there that I mentioned now that Richie's offside so many times. Do you think we're noticing it now more specifically because of how much we're creating? Because for every chance we create, someone's usually offside.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And one of the things, you see, I think there's miles more to come. This is one of the reasons why I'm so excited. I think there's miles more to come from us going forward. And one of the things is that the forwards will be encouraged to play tight, deep on the defenders, to keep the defenders back, but also because the ball needs to come through much quicker. I think when Maddison's back, the ball will come through, much quicker than, say, it would have ever done under Conte. Playing these, everything depends on having the right players in the squad. You've got two strong, quick centre backs. That gives the ability for the fullbacks to invert. That means suddenly you're creating five in midfield. You're effectively playing with the ball 2-5-3. So you absolutely swamp the midfield. You're playing it high up. You're pressing high. You're winning the ball high, and then you're trying to get the ball very quickly to the forward three. And that's going to mean getting the ball in behind defenders and getting the ball in behind defenders quickly. So they will run offside from time to time if the ball just doesn't come in that split second between us winning the ball. But the players still have to be smarter. And I think when we sort out the midfield, particularly with Maddison coming back, and I think what we're shown is how much we've missed him. And a fit Lo Celso, and I know some people would want Lo Celso out of the club. He was one of those players. That I genuinely thought would people ever look at my pin tweet. It's quite long, and because it's in several bits, because I'm not one of their, I don't pay the subscription, so it's hard to follow all the bits. But Lo Celso was one player I thought would absolutely come good under Ange and prosper under Ange. And one of the things, of course, on whatever day the game was, on New Year's Eve, what day was it that we played? Sunday. Sunday. You lose track of what day it is at this time of year. But one of the things that Lo Celso did was he was really starting to flourish, and having got a game, he was starting to really create the balls through for I think he played the ball to Son for the second goal. He won the ball high up for the first goal. And I think it was his ball as well to Johnson to stick it across to Richarlison for that third goal is actually, for me, a very, very typical Ange ball, in which the ball's won. It's played quickly out to the winger, who knocks the ball across, low for the forward coming in, or the opposite winger coming in. If you look at the one against Everton, where Johnson, I can't remember who put the cross in now.
When Johnson put the ball in.
But when Johnson, we were one up early doors, and Johnson blew one over the bar. Coming in off that right flank, that was a very, very typical Ange move. And that's the kind of goals we'll score, and we will score more of them. we will absolutely score more of them. Once we get that attacking side right, and I mean, I can see you before I came on, you and Josh were talking about the team, and I think you're looking at having, quality players with quality backup, where if a player is injured, you can bring on somebody. This is what we haven't had at the moment. You can bring on somebody that can do the job just as well. And there'll be rotation within games for injuries and or between games for injuries, suspension, or players needing a rest. And there'll be rotation within games. So you can see that, if you've got Benton playing the pivot, you've got Bentancur and you've got Bissouma. Up front, you've got Sarr, or in the front, the midfield, the two number 8s. You've got Maddison, you've got Lo Celso, and you've got Sarr. So you've almost got a perfect backup for them, and that's why I would be keen. I don't think it's likely to happen, but if we could get Gallagher as well, because there could be interchange even between the positions. Because I think Gallagher is probably, people have said on Twitter quite rightly, that he was at his best when he played in that inside forward position when he was on loan at Crystal Palace. But the last couple of times I've seen him playing for Chelsea, he's been playing as a number 6 and playing really well. So someone like that, and of course who's English, who can come in, hit the goal running and what have you, would be, I think he would be an absolutely fantastic addition. Then you've got
he would fit perfectly.
6 players. You've got 6 players, all of which have the quality. I mean, part of the problem I think we've had for a number of years is if a player's out, a player comes off, you're not replacing them with anything like similar quality. And if we had a 6 like that in midfield to cover the midfield, I would be, absolutely over the moon. I said in the chat as well, we've got Son and Richarlison, we've got Johnson. Johnson's going to need a little bit more time, but I still love to see us get another natural goal scorer. I mean, a real natural goal scorer to come in.
The thing is with me in natural goals, because I said it earlier, is that I think we need someone more clinical in terms of, you got Heung-Min Son who's not. He's not being that clinical. No one's really taking that many shots at all. But look, I just want to get on to the last talking point on the show. And this was a debate I had on Alan's show. So I keep on giving him credit because I actually really enjoyed the debate. Jose, I'm going to bring you on in this one. It's youth game time. I don't know if any of you guys were actually watching the show when this happened, but basically, the debate is: do we give youth game time in the 85th minute, or are you? So the 2 points are like this: A, you give youth game time. 5 minutes to the end of the game, you let Alejo Veliz on. You get Ashley Phillips maybe to come on just for the last 5 minutes to gain some game time, or do you not play them because you're too risky? Bear in mind we are comfortably winning this game. Jose, what are you saying?
I think to be brutally honest, my honest answer is age doesn't matter. If you're good enough, then you play. Simple as. Age shouldn't matter and shouldn't come into it at all. People that keep defending on the side of age, I mean, I can give examples. And a lot of the defending on the side of age, a lot of people out there saying that Dorrington and Phillips, too young to put them in at centre-half because it will scar them. And I keep going back and I'll say to people, I'll rinse and repeat this. Manchester United gave Kombala his Premier League debut. He's 19-year-old French lad. He's playing in the under-21s for Man United. Man United's under-21s are absolutely rubbish. So it's not as if he's been, catapulted or anything at all, because he's been great in the under-21s because they're really bad. He came into play and his debut was against Liverpool just before Christmas. He debuted at 19 years of age at centre-back against Liverpool. Now, normally we're saying, but who would play alongside you? Normally you'd probably like Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire to partner him. But all these players were out injured. So what Man United did is they brought in Kombala and they partnered him with their 5th or 6th choice centre-back that they had, which was either, I can't remember, it was Lindelof or Evans that played beside him. Their 5th and 6th choice for Man United, Lindelof and Evans, but their needs were such that they played a 19-year-old with one of the defenders. They came out drawing 0-0. the guy played really, really well, right? So for me, it's not about age. If you're good enough, play them. Simple as. I'm not subscribing to, oh, they're too young, they're going to get scarred. You would have learnt to play football. You would have learnt your trade all the way through up from the under 9s onwards. Yeah.
Does that imply to you both, or certainly to you, both of you, that Ange doesn't think either of them are ready yet?
I'd turn the question on you, Ian, because you're up there and you watched a lot more of Celtic than us. Did he give you for chance up in Celtic?
Not that I can remember desperately, no. I'm trying to think. It's a good question, and I'm trying to think. No, I think he likes to go with established pros.
But I remember Celtic. Sorry, and I remember Celtic having players that were playing that I've never heard of. Then their numbers are in the 40s and the 50s. You know, the shirt number.
I probably, it's one of those questions I probably need, in fairness, some notice of and to go back.
Okay, sorry.
No, yeah, don't be silly. It's fine. I mean, but you know, if Celtic were difference between beating Bournemouth 3-0, and yeah, you could have brought Phillips on. He probably should have done. We were unlikely, I think, to concede 3 or 4, but you never know with Tottenham. But the fact that he didn't, and he decided to bring Dyer on, and of course we still conceded once Dyer had come on. So you know, suggests he doesn't quite have faith in those players. I think you're right, and I'm thinking of 1 or 2 of the names, and I'm trying to think 1 or 2 of the names that have since left Celtic. You know, Celtic, Liam Scales and Welsh got some game time, and in fact, Carter Vickers got injured in Celtic's last game, and he played 2 relative youngsters. This is Brendan. Out of necessity to play 2 relative youngsters at centre half, and one went off and was going, and they did really well. Now, granted, Rangers attack. If anyone saw any of the games, particularly Dessers, who they've got up front, is you know, there was the old meme went down about the guy in the firing squad and facing the firing squad, and you know, the guy in charge of the firing squad, any last requests, and the guy says, yeah, let Dessers take the shot. You know, so that was the joke that was going around Glasgow at the weekend, because he really was awful. But but that was out of necessity. Ange give him play. I'll have to have a look at that, and maybe if I do another show, come back and get you an answer to that.
I would say, can I just say, the only player that I'm surprised about, Josh and Ian, that hasn't had a bit more game time is Donnelly. I would have thought Donnelly would have been given the 5 to 10 minutes or the 15 minutes here and there to build him up, because the person that's been tearing it up in the under 21s has been Donnelly. It's not been Villiers. It's not been Villiers. It's been Donnelly. But Villiers seems to have got more game time. I suppose, we spent 15 million on Villiers, but Villiers has got more minutes coming off the bench than Donnelly. And the only surprise to me, I'm not surprised about the 2 centre-halves, because he's not given them a chance at all as yet. But Donnelly, I thought might have got a few more minutes.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. Josh, you agree?
I think in terms of youth players, I always say this: the fact that Ange, and this is a point that someone brought up on the comments, is that Ange watches them 8 hours a week or 8 hours a day, every single day, you know, training. But I'm sorry to say, if you're playing football, let's say you play football, you train 8 hours a day against the same person, I bet you will know what he's gonna do next, what he's gonna, you know, where he's gonna go next. I bet you're gonna know. So if Ange doesn't want to give Ashley Phillips time to go on the pitch to gain some real experience, you know, even though we might have conceded a goal to Solanke, even though we might have conceded a goal to, let's say, Jackson, as long as we've got a centre back on the pitch, that I'm like, you know what, it's good to go. I want to see how you go. But look, that's just my thoughts regarding to youth. I think we deserve to give them some game time. I think Ange should give them some game time, and hopefully he doesn't take my word and now play 9 youngsters versus Burnley in the FA Cup now. Hopefully, but look, overall it's been good. Come on, you Spurs TV, big up to yourself. I hear you, Jose. But as you said, Man United had no choice, and I'm guessing that you'd be the last resort in our casting. However, ultimately, Ange sees them in training, and he's the best judge of who's ready.
Yeah, can I just say to come on this
go
Spurs TV, it's Soji, I wish you a happy new year. And also that goes to Hotspur TV and Spurs related. Daniel Lee and everybody else you got in the chat, let me just wish you all a happy new year.
And from
Happy
me,
New Year
absolutely.
to everyone. From Ian and Jose. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to end the show. Jose, please, can you let us know where everyone can find you? I'll bring up the both links, so go for it.
Yeah, I've got my own channel which is El Tel Cockerel, but I dual stream because I co-host on Talk and Ball with Colin. We've got a show coming up in half an hour, which is Ash's show, which is done for the Indian public, where they speak Hindi, they speak Punjabi and English. It's an absolute mashup, and it's brilliant because obviously it's our channel, so we're there in the background and we're watching it and we're monitoring it all and that. And Ash is brilliant. She does a wonderful job. Today her guests are Mumbai Spurs supporters, so she's actually got Spurs supporters as her guests today, rather than in the previous show she's had other channels, but today she's got guests who are actually are supporters of the show. The other thing I was going to ask while you're on now, are you two available for 4 o'clock today?
4 o'clock today. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm available.
I'll do my best, Jose. I can't promise. I was going to watch a bit. I can watch it down here with a bit. Yeah, I've got a couple of things to do. I can probably certainly give a bit of time this afternoon.
That's in 2.5 hours. Because if so, then you two will be. I'll get you both on today.
Okay. I will. I'll do my best. Absolutely.
I'll send you both the link then, guys. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for having me, Josh, mate. Thank you.
No worries at all. It's been a pleasure, Ian. Where can people find you?
I don't know if I've got it in my. Probably haven't in my name thing. You can find me on X, formerly Twitter, at Shaggy1712.
Here we go. Hang on. We're gonna bring it up now. Here we
bring
go.
it up, Liam.
Yeah, I don't have my own show. Should I? I don't know. There's so many others, but. More and more I get invited onto other people's shows, and I'm more than happy to do that. So there we go. I'm absolutely more than happy to come and do other people's show when I'm invited. Do Talk and Ball. Haven't done Eugene's for a bit, but used to do Eugene's, do Cockle-Doodle-Doo and Tottenham on Tour and what have you a fair bit. So yeah, and with all these, I've become the default Ange expert simply because I live in Scotland and I watched a bit of Celtic. But I think I probably increased my credibility, Josh, because in the summer I was. Ange Postecoglou is the man. Ange Postecoglou, get this man in. And so far, everybody's really delighted with what he's done.
Quick thing about bringing someone in. We just got Reguilon back from Manchester United, just so everyone can confirm that. We just brought Reguilon back from Man United from his loan deal. But continue.
Well,
I would imagine he'll go.
Good. That's not very good, is it? Because if he comes back, then he takes up a squad place.
Yeah, so he goes out again.
Yeah, he's got it because he can't take a squad place.
I mean, unless he was shown, and he's a player that's been a real disappointment. Unless he can really show he can step up, even to be a second choice left back, which I don't think he can. He'll need to be shipped out again, hopefully permanently, because I think Ange will want to bring in some of his own choices, more of his own choices. He's getting some. But it looks like we might be getting a couple more. I might have said it on. Did I say on Talk and Ball? I might have done with Colin. I've certainly done it on a couple of shows. I think we'll get 4 in. I think we'll get 4 in this window.
Did you like the 4 I said earlier? Did you like the 4 I said earlier, Ian?
I didn't hear them all because I think it was just at the point where I was trying to get between getting in and getting on. So
Josh asked what transfer business, what would I like to see and stuff like that, and asking about the defenders. So I said, bring Dragusin in early. Yeah. Todibo, carry on working on the Todibo deal and get him in later on in the window. So you've got backup, not backup, but you've got 4 quality centre halves. Yeah. Let Højbjerg go to Juventus. In a loan to commit.
No, with an obligation to buy.
Loan obligation to buy, but at the same time, take off them Cambiasso at left back and Illing Jr. at left wing on the same kind of deal.
That would bloody work. Jesus, that would work. That would absolutely. That would absolutely work. Josh, you just seen that Spurs Express thing, Man United? I thought it just said they've exercised their option to keep him, or is it their option to send him away?
Option to send him away. Option to send him away.
Yeah, okay. Well, that tells you all you need to know. I mean, I like that. The players I quite fancy, because we're all bloody experts at players we really haven't seen. We've just read about. But the Mexican guy at I think he's Mexican. He's not Argentine. At Feyenoord. Jimenez. I like the sound of him. I really do like the Josh's show is superb. Come on, then. So I really like the sound of him. There's talk about Jota coming, the ex-Celtic player coming from Saudi, which would be a free transfer. It's unlikely they'll demand a fee. I think that if that's happening, there's probably now haggling over whether they're going to rip his contract up, whether they're going to pay him to go or whatever. But I think he would make a really good addition to the squad. And knows Ange absolutely inside out, can play on either flank. He's another one probably better on the left than the right. Yeah, I like your midfield. I like your midfield option as well. So.
Well, look. I think overall, in my opinion, we're gonna get around 3-4 players. I kind of agree, but I think Dragusin should be done very, very soon. Gallagher, obviously, he's probably gonna reject. I would personally reject Tottenham if I was captain of Chelsea. And Sarr is about to sign a new contract at Tottenham.
Yeah, fantastic news.
Yep, the official announcement will be coming out soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Spurs Live. Thank you so much, Jose, for joining. Ian, thank you so much for joining.
Pleasure.
Dragusin deal is done. Give me a second, because maybe I can get you guys up here for the actual live thing. Nope, it's not done yet. So thank you all so much. Make sure to subscribe to our Spurs Live. We're trying to grow the channel as much as possible. Drop a like on this video, comment, share, subscribe, and Ellie, I'm wishing you that you feel well, feel better, and yeah, stay at home. Just drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I've just been messaging with Ellie. She's not well at all, so we're all sending positive vibes and warmth on every show that I'm on. I'm going to let everybody know. Please direct your warmth wishes towards Ellie, because she's really not well.
She's going to be even sicker if Højbjerg goes as well. So get well soon, Ellie, my darling. You take care.
Take care. All right. Thank you all so much. Make sure to subscribe, drop a like on this video, comment, share, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Yeah. Any last words?
Come on, you Spurs! In Ange we trust.
I will say one thing. Just quickly, Josh. One of the things is, I've been on shows over the last year and a half, whatever it is, where there's been so much negativity. We've all been so down, and it's been so difficult, and all moaning at each other. The positivity now around the fans, around the club, around everything is so enlightening. It's so much more a pleasure to come on and talk really positively about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So come on, you Spurs. Good New Year, everybody.
Come on, you Spurs. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.